Hey, do we have any pizza left? Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode on my ARK Solo Ascension series. I'm Half Eaten Pizza, and today we are on our way to the Blue Obelisk, to the top of the mountain where we have our setup started. Now, I've got a couple things over there ready for us, and as you can tell, we are so slow flying right now because we are carrying over 20 eggs for Rexes that will spawn out with the full, and are you guys ready for it? 11 health mutations and 10 melee mutations. Now with these, we are going to be breeding them up, letting them raise, and then healing them, giving them a bunch of levels, feeding them a bunch of baby Rexes until they are ready to take on the Megapithecus, which is going to be the first boss we take on. Now, this video will be the preparation for the Megapithecus, and I'm super excited for it, guys. Since the beginning of this series, it has been 26 calendar days. I was able to record the first probably 25 videos within the first week, essentially, and since then it's just been mutation stacking over and over and over and over, and then also grinding for all of the resources to make the saddles we needed. So I'm super excited to be at the point now that we can finally get to taking on the bosses of the ARK on the island. Now, all this effort's not just going to be good for the island. Like I explained before, we will be taking the mutated Rexes over to Scorched Earth with us. That's where we are heading next. We will be doing that so that we can not spend a few weeks breeding Rexes. As much fun as it's been, I'm only doing it once. So, we've arrived. Now, I'll show you guys a little bit of a setup I've started here. I've got a feeding trough for all the meat. So, I'm going to start by getting this. I'm going to get the war pig out and a bunch of that. That's what we're going to start with. The war pig is our Daedon. Our Daedon will be used to, alright, let's see, 5, get that thrown out, just so we can get that cryo countdown going away. I've got 3 fireplaces here, but I would like to place, or I will have 3 ready because it is cold up here and it does need to be warm to get the Rex eggs. So, and we have a bunch of angler gel to keep these things all fired up properly. Let's see. There we go. So we'll do that, and then we'll actually just get these fires going because that'll help us. And let's see, is this warm enough to hatch out a Rex? No, it's not. Okay. Well, it's a start. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take out all of that. I'll put these back in there. I'll use my transfer tool to go from like this to like that. And then I'll do that. Now let's check this. Perfect. We've got all of our meat in there. And then we look here. The rest of the meat will be in our Daedon. And nothing left in here. Perfect. I'll throw our extra couple pieces of fur in here. Throw that cryopod in. We're going to wait for that cryo timer, so that's going to go. Alright. Well, I don't have enough heat to do this yet, which I kind of expected. It's fine. We're going to run back to the base. We're going to make a few more of those, and I will be right. And we're back. Let's just drop one of these and see. There we go. It is warm enough to do. We're going to do that. And we're just going to bring him over here, which is perfect. We're going to let this guy raise up. Once he's raised, we'll get them all together into a little cluster and start leveling them up. So what we're going to have to do is essentially this. We're going to get 19 Rexes ready. I won't need all the eggs I brought because a lot of these will come out as twins and triplets, etc. But I do want to make sure we have a healthy mix of males and females to be able to get the the bonus from being mate boosted. So yeah, these are going to be all of our boss Rexes. We're at what, 5 now? Yeah, 5. So I'm going to hatch out the rest of these. Alright guys, we're back. We've got all of them tamed up, centered. They're just walked into a giant pile, hopefully all in the center of this platform. I hope they're all in close enough. I named them all through Battle Rex and then one through whatever, 19. And then we also have that. But now we've got our War Pig. This is what we needed our War Pig for. So I'm going to start the passive healing. And it shouldn't run for too long, realistically, because the amount of food it takes. We run out of food so fast. So then I'm just going to stand here and refeed the Daedon with food. This is going to help heal up all of our Rexes. I'll show you the stats we have on the Rexes. 41,000 health is what we got, and 1,900. And that is with about 110 baby Rexes each that I fed them. So as you can imagine, these guys are ready. These are very, very strong Rexes. They all have over 100 armor on their saddles. And if you look at my inventory, I have Freya Curry ready to take when we go in. I'll be on my my War Commander, which is my Daedon. Let's see. This should give me more, yeah. I just had to do a lot of meat runs back and forth to get all the meat required for this. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to look at the terminal here in a minute once we're done. We might as well do that now, actually, as it's getting its stuff back up. The issue with packing in the way I did is that it's hard to get to the terminal, but I did leave a little walkway like this. Alright, so let's look at the terminal. This is what's required. So just to do it on its own, at the Gamma level, you need 1 Artifact Brute, 1 Devourer, and 1 Pack. If you're doing it on Beta, you also need to be level 65 for this one. You need Megalodon Tooth, Megalania, there's Uniclaws and Hook Claws. And to do it on Alpha, this is what is required. And that's what we have back at the base. So I'm going to fly back. I forgot to bring all of the tributes and everything with me. So I'm going to run back to the base, grab it. And yeah, when we get back, I'll warp us back to the spot. We'll be dumping them all in there. Hopefully our pig would have regained enough food that we can heal up the rest of the way. Let's see. Yeah, there's a long way to go, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go get the items we need. Hopefully that'll start healing up in the meantime. And I will be back with those things. Alright guys, this should be the last bit of healing. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. More than, what, 15 meat runs to get to this point. But we should be at the point now. Let's just run around and double check them all, make sure they're all full health. Let's see, 42, yeah. Oh my goodness, this is just taking forever. So much healing. I guess each of them had to heal over 40,000 health, right? I think one of them I've got going, what are you, 11? You're full, and they're all on attack my target. Cool. Alright, so now I just gotta double check this. Yeah, so that's all good. I moved my Daedon out of the way. Now if I can get in here to the terminal, boom. Let's access the terminal. I have everything we need to do this, I believe. Okay. Yeah, I only had 8 of the Thyla hooks, so I did have to go find 2 more Thylas, and of course that took forever. But we were on a killing rampage for the Redwoods anyway, on our supply node to collect the meat, so that works. So now we have everything we need to do this. And yeah. Oh, alright. I'm gonna do a double check. I'm gonna go make sure that my audio and visual is recording properly. And then when we come back, we will be taking on these bosses. I'm just gonna move a couple of these things out of the way and just double check to make sure I'm ready. But after that, we'll be back and we'll be taking on these bosses.